In this exercise, we're going to create an Ultimatic that will help us retag our duct when we change sizes. The way we want this Ultimatic to work is we want to highlight an area, and we want PractiCAD to then highlight only the duct in the area, then the tags, just the tags, then delete the tags, then reselect the duct and retag it with new tags based on the new size. For example, if we were to click on the transition and then change the width out, we'll lower it down to, let's say, 16 in the AutoCAD property box. Now you can see that these tags are too big. They don't fit. The reason why is at the time we auto tagged it, the tags were meant to fit for that size. Now that we edited it, all the tags are a little too big. So we're going to create an Ultimatic that's going to do the following. We're going to highlight an area. After we highlight the area, we want to just press one button, which is going to select fittings, then the fittings tags, delete the tags, reselect the original fittings, and then retag it. So what we're going to do first to create the Ultimatic is we're going to go into the library icon on the PractiCAD ribbon. We're going to maximize our space. We're going to come over on the left and come down to where it says Ultimatics. We're going to click on the word Ultimatics. PractiCAD is going to offer the green check to create a new. We're going to click on it. Now we're going to select a BMP image. We're going to press Open. And now we're going to name this Ultimatic PCAD size tags, and we're going to hit Enter. Now here we're going to take time and think about exactly what we want the Ultimatic to do. We're going to highlight an area. That area is going to grab a hold of everything in the window. Duct, beam, steel, backgrounds, AutoCAD lines, XREFs. We want to make sure that first we only highlight the duct. Then the second Automatic will be a selection Automatic. It should isolate just the tags inside the duct. Then we're going to run a command Automatic to erase those tags. Now we would have blank duct. Now here's where this Automatic gets tricky. When you erase stuff in AutoCAD, the selection set no longer exists. So at this point, we need to use our restore functions that we teach you to use in the selection automatics to restore the selection set so we can retag the duct. So we're going to go over this step by step. The first part of this Ultimatic is going to be to select duct in a current selection. So we're going to go into the selection automatics. We're going to go PractiCAD selection autos. We're going to grab the selection Automatic that says select fittings current selection. And we're going to add it to our Ultimatic. Once again, let's double check to see what's in it. We're going to say edit the selected Automatic. We're saving our changes. And from earlier tutorials, we can see that this Automatic is going to grab without tags. It's going to grab the fittings in the current selection, and the conditions are everything that's checked. So this is a selection Automatic that grabs all the fittings on the software in the currently selected window, and it does it without tags. Now let's take a moment to note that this selection Automatic has the save selection set as select fittings current selection. Notice that this first auto we're going to run uses the save selection set as. When we go through the tutorials on auto selection, we do stop here because it's very difficult to show you why you need this function. But this Ultimatic is going to show you a perfect example of why we need it. The first selection Automatic is the save selection set as. So the select fittings has this checked, and notice the name that we used here, select fittings current selection. We're going to come back to that. So we're now going to back up. So the first Automatic selects fittings in the current window. Now that the fittings would be selected, we now need to run an Automatic that just selects tags inside the selected fittings. So we're going to come into selection Automatic again. We're going to come down to PractiCAD selection autos, and we're going to find the one that says select tags only current selection. And that Automatic is right here. It says select all tags current selection CS. We're going to add that. And let's make sure that this automatic is correct. We're going to hit the button, edit the selected automatic. And we can see that this automatic has a selection set that highlights tags by selected entity. Currently, that's going to be the duct. The duct's going to be selected by the time this automatic kicks in. And we've got every type highlighted. And under conditions, we've basically got none, which means highlight every single tag in the selected entity. So that's exactly what we want to do. We're going to back up. And so far, the automatic is going to highlight fittings, current selection. And then this is going to highlight the tags. Now, one thing we should have pointed out is that when it highlights the tags, it is replacing the current selection set. You can see here that it's not appending, it's replacing the current selection set. So the duct would be highlighted, then this automatic would kick in and it would highlight the tags inside the duct and it would replace the selection set. So the duct would no longer be highlighted. So what we're going to do now is back up. So now we have to visualize where we are in the Ultimatic. Right here when we get to this point, we would have just tags highlighted. And we want to delete those tags. So we're going to use a command automatic for delete. And we're going to open up command. And we have one right here called erase. And we're going to add it to the list. And we're going to just take a look inside by hitting edit to selected automatic. Let's see what's inside this erase tag. You can see that all it says here is that it's the command erase, and we don't see it, but it's probably a space bar after it. And if you type erase space bar into the AutoCAD command line, it'll delete whatever is highlighted. Notice that we have the skip if selection is empty button. This is always good to keep check in all of your command automatics. And we went over a tutorial on what this is for. So it's a simple erase command. So we're now going to back up. Now, if you run the Ultimatic as is, right when it hits erase, it's going to delete the tags that have been highlighted from this automatic, and there's going to be nothing on the drawing highlighted. Nothing at all. Just to demonstrate this, let's save our PractiCAD size tags, and let's drag the automatic into our bin, and let's exit out. And let's see what we've got so far. We're going to highlight an area. And then we're going to click on PractiCAD size tags. And we're going to click on it. Now, what it did is it grabbed the fittings first. Then it let go of the fittings and grabbed the tags. And then it deleted just the tags. And if you look at the drawing right now, there is nothing highlighted. We ran a command automatic for erase. And the second we do that, nothing is highlighted. Now, in order to re-tag this duct, we need to highlight it again. And we don't want to be asked to do that because then the Ultimatic's going to stop. We want the Ultimatic to basically re-highlight the duct that was selected earlier in the Ultimatic. And that's where the restore function comes in. So let's go back into library icon. And let's complete the Ultimatic. We're going to open up our space. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the selection automatic. We know that right here, PractiCAD lets go of everything. The tags are deleted. It's let go of everything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go into selection autos. And we're going to find the PractiCAD selection automatic that restores the selection set or the original selection set in this Ultimatic. And that happens to be in the default data. If you find the one that says restore select fittings current selection, it's the same one here, but when it was built, it was named restore. We're going to add that to the Ultimatic. Now let's take a look at what this does. We're going to hit edit the selected automatic. When you look inside this selection auto, you can see that it says open selection from, and it's got the select fittings current selection. The first one we ran saves the selection set under this name. And then this one opens the selection set that was saved with the same name. So the way these two functions work here, if we back up, the first selection automatic highlights the fittings, and PractiCAD retains in its memory all the fittings that were highlighted under this automatic with the name we saved it under. And then this restore select fittings current selection opens up all the fittings that were saved under the same name. So once again, under select fittings, let's edit the automatic. You can see this automatic saves the selection as select fitting CS. The restore automatic, we're going to open this one up, opens the selection set. Open selection from select fittings current selection. So these two work hand in hand. One saves it under this name, the other one opens it under this name. And this is perfect for this Ultimatic. Because what's going to happen right now is it's going to highlight the fittings in the current window. Then this selection automatic kicks in and highlights only the tags. It replaces the original selection set. The command automatic kicks in and deletes the tags. And then the restore kicks in and it restores the original selection set, which means we now have our fittings re-highlighted. And they are now currently selected. And now that they're currently selected, we can re-tag using tagging automatics that are based on current selection. And what we've got right here is the width by depth large, and we're going to add that. And we got the width by depth small, and we're going to add that. So the whole Ultimatic highlights the fittings in the current window. Next step, let go of fittings, grab the tags. Next step, delete the tags. Next step, restore the original fitting selection. Then tag the current selection with the width by depth large and small tags. And we're going to go into those really quick. We're going to edit the selected automatic. Let's look at the width by depth large automatic. This automatic happens to be a tagging automatic. You can see here it's a tagging automatic that we created, and it tags fittings in the current selection with specific tags and conditions. So this is going to work great. We're going to back up. We've got everything in the proper order. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just make sure this is saved. And you can see it is because it's not highlighting the save key. And we're now going to exit out. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to tag this with one of the PractiCAD automatics. Let's pretend that this is the way the automatic comes. Everything comes just like this. Well, we come in here and we're going to say that we all of a sudden make the width out 16. We hit enter. Now the tags don't fit right. Well, we can now highlight an area. And when we click on the PractiCAD size tags Ultimatic, it's going to quickly delete the tags inside and re-tag it. It highlights the duct, currently selects duct, then highlights the tags and lets go of the duct. Then it deletes the tags. Then there's nothing highlighted. Then we restore the selection set so that the duct's highlighted, and then we apply our two tags. Now this is a very sophisticated Ultimatic, and it does use a whole combination of automatics. I truly suggest that you watch this one more than once if you didn't understand the first time how they all work together. This is a very good example of how we can combine multiple automatics to form a very sophisticated Ultimatic. As a matter of fact, in your default data out of the box, there is an Ultimatic called Replace Tags All Duct Current Selection. And it is based on these exact principles. It lets us at all times resize the duct to whatever size we want, and then we could simply isolate an area and we could click on this button, Replace Tag, and what it does is it deletes everything and retags the entire duct with all the tags based on the new sizing. And it's a very fast tool to have. It's designed with the exact same principles we showed you in this exercise.